Serious. Former nice guys of Reddit. When and how did you change? I was the worst. Totally I'm so in love with my best friend. Why is she dating that douche when she can be with me? I think as I got older and saw other guys doing it, it seemed so pathetic and sad that I just kind of snapped out of it. For the record, when I told that girl I loved her, she laughed, and that was the last time we ever saw each other. That might have helped with my transition. Yeah, can totally say I did this. Threw myself into someone who saw me as a friend for years. Finally got the balls to express my actual interest and she had none. I was so upset I lost interest in dating more women. By that fact, women all of a sudden became interested in me when I really didn't care. After I got through that, which isn't a great place to start a relationship either, I really was more interested in taking care of myself because it was important to me. My most fruitful relationships came when I realized we enjoyed being together but didn't need each other. Meet my wife, and that's a huge aspect to build upon. We truly need each other now, but we are still our own people. We continually grow together and individually, while working to grow and learn about each other as that happens. Sounds cliché, but the advice about taking care of number one first really does ring true. If all you want is a relationship and only want to focus on that, why would another person be interested in you? You become interesting and can draw them in by being an individual as well. Then you get the benefits of a healthy relationship. Seems backwards, but really just a chicken and egg thing. Plus, there isn't really a way to this you can copy, it's all up to you individually. But that's what makes you neat. Ended up browsing through r/nice guys and saw the similarities and results. Immediately focused on my own work for once. Turned 180. I'm going to copy and paste my previous response to a similar question. Watching The Hunchback of Notre Dame, I found myself rooting for Quasimodo through the movie, and when he didn't get with Esmeralda, I was mad, furious. He deserves to be with her, for how noble and brave he has been. He should have her, and she should give him a chance. Then, I don't know why, but something clicked after that thought. Esmeralda clearly was happy with the other guy. I mentally flipped the script and realized I would not be saying the same if Quasi is handsome and Esmeralda was ugly. I also realized that Judge Frollo was the character who most shared my mindset at the time. He deserves Esmeralda, for he is so pure and good. Frollo being the antagonist caused me to really reconsider my thoughts on relationships, girls, and generally just the way I treated women. That was 10th grade, and while I don't have a girlfriend as a college sophomore, it doesn't bother me like it would have if I had continued down that course. Not much has changed in the 7 months that passed since I made that comment. Still no luck with relationships, but I'm trying to find new ways to improve myself. Most of my friends are girls, and the most advice I've gotten is be yourself. I do fear that I come off as a nice guy at times since I tend to be polite and compassionate, but I think I am comfortable with who I am. I don't expect a relationship to fall from the sky, nor do I expect anything just for being nice. But when I confide in friends about my frustrations, I worry that I come off as what I once was. And the most advice I've gotten is be yourself. Be yourself, but be the best version of yourself. Take some time to figure out what you're good at, what you love, what your passions are, what you live for, what your purpose is, and take care of yourself. I don't remember what put the thought in my head, or how I came to the conclusion, but my thought was, I want all these women. They don't seem to want me. Maybe I should focus on being the kind of guy they actually want, instead of the one I think they want. I ended up ditching the part where I was bettering myself to get women, and just focused on bettering myself. School, career, hygiene, living situation, and women coincidentally became more interested. Man, I need to forward this to a friend. I genuinely care for him, but he's way too deep in his nice guy mode and I'm afraid he'll inch towards the incel people. He's constantly complaining about no one is interested in him, and he tried everything, whether it's paying for dinners, messaging more frequently, dressing differently. I told him a million times, it's about bettering himself and making himself a more interesting person. He thinks that'll be wasting the time he could be securing the right person. Really can't convince him. I was told that if you're a nice guy only to get laid, you aren't really nice and more of a suck-up loser who expects rewards for being a decent human being. Being nice to get laid is manipulative and dishonest. The last thing I want in a guy is someone who lies to get what he wants. I'm glad you grew beyond that. Fair statement in broad strokes, but a decent human being doesn't act like a nice guy. Decent human beings have force of personality and use it appropriately. Nice guys have no force of personality and only think that they are decent because they are less annoying than those who use it inappropriately. My brother-in-law is like this. He got a girl's number, then flipped shit because she didn't want to date him and told her she was wasting his time. He's a nice guy who only sees women as objects and doesn't see them as people. He's not that attractive and only finds girls who look like porn stars attractive. He refuses to go for anyone else, claiming he has standards. He's had various girls who are his friend have an interest in him, but because they are brunette and chubby he turns them down. They have to be blonde, perfect body, big boobs. I've tried to talk to him about his view but nothing helps, and I'm afraid he's going to end up alone and blaming everyone else.